Let's see here. Let me finish this text. This random girl.
You're texting? We're not going to start?
Well, I mean, we're kind of started by now.
Oh, jeez. Hello.
Right.
Hello,
Welcome to the
everybody.
podcast. Don't mind me
What is
while
the
I
name
text.
of the... Yeah, okay, yeah. So he's going to text. I'll talk about myself, I guess, while he's texting.
Welcome to the
My
Brady
name
Bros
is...
podcast.
Thanks for... anyway, my name's Ryan. I go by ZeldaMariners on pretty much everything. Talking hard.
You ever had a stroke? What happened?
Yeah, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Let's start over. My name's Ryan. ZeldaMariners on pretty much every platform that exists that I have an account for. There's obviously some platforms I don't have an account for, but we're not going to talk about those. We're going to talk about the ones I do have, like Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Steam. Those are the ones I use the most, probably. I have a degree in computer engineering and live in the Seattle, Washington area where I grew up. With my friend here, whom I just call by the first letter of his first name, D.
How's it going?
Who's still texting a girl?
I am. It's a very complicated text I have. It's when you
Are
have
writing
to.
a story?
No, it's she asked me about my life.
You're gonna
So
tell her the whole story about your life.
yeah, I was born in a manger.
You're Jesus.
Well, she's asking if I'm religious at all, and I would say I'm Catholic.
Yeah. So your answer to "Are you religious?" is "I was born in a manger." There were like 3 kings there. You know.
Let's see here.
That's good. Dead
I'll,
silence.
honesty is the best policy, so I tell her I'm Catholic, but I'm the type of Catholic that goes to church on like major holidays.
Major holidays.
Major holidays. Shout out to Himium.
I just saluted since we're on a podcast.
So it's funny because so did I. I think I stopped the text just to do that.
Yeah. It's something you have to do.
It's true, man. Let's see here. Yeah, but I go to church.
Good.
Christmas, Easter. I'll do
Yeah, they have a
Lent.
name for those. It's called holiday Catholics.
I am a holiday Catholic, and I'm a proud holiday Catholic. I do have a
Nice.
crucifix in my car.
Nice.
My mom would be proud.
I have a crucifix somewhere in my house because
Oh, and
I
your
grew
nickname
up
was
Catholic.
Jesus. Your nickname was Jesus in middle school, so.
Yeah, that was a weird thing that happened for about 6 years of my life until I went to college, and then people that called me that didn't go to college with me, so it kind of dropped.
Whatever.
Which is nice.
What's going on with Maddie Swan? Because I haven't seen Maddie Swan in forever.
I don't know. Why are we talking about other people? You haven't even introduced yourself yet.
Man, don't worry about it. They're gonna find out. I mean, if we're gonna do this podcast for the longest time, they're gonna find out about me. They can learn a little bit at a time.
For the longest. Oh, sorry.
Good
Yeah.
song. That's how we get it copyrighted. That's how we get demonetized.
No. I only did it for like 5 seconds. We're good.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay.
There's so much you can play, right? Without. Plus, it was me. I was doing a cover. Covers are fine.
Fair use
Yeah,
act.
exactly. It's fine. YouTube can demonetize it, but hey, it's fair use. Shh.
Let's see here.
So I guess you're not gonna do an introduction then.
I could do an introduction. Hey
You're
guys,
still texting, aren't you?
I am because you texted
Oh,
back. It's rude not to answer.
It's a great time to start this.
It's fine.
Wonderful.
It's I think people will be like, "What the fuck am I listening to?" And to be honest, I don't know either. And
I mean, we don't have a plan in place.
I mean, I guess you can. I mean, for most podcasts that I listen to, it's all about just like hearing people's voices, so that it's
Right.
not like it's quiet in somebody's like for me, my apartment, where
Yeah, and it's like getting to know the people that you're listening to.
exactly, and we're recording this in a time when people are like undergoing social
Stuck at home.
isolation, yeah, and they're like,
Yeah.
I just need somebody to fill my house with noise. Not intelligible noise, but noise nonetheless.
No. Yeah, we could have easily just done an ASMR, but no.
Let's see here. All right.
What did she ask you now?
She asked me what my most defining moment in my life is.
Wow, she's getting hella deep.
Yeah, dude. Well, yeah, she does, and I'm kind of impressed by that, considering that's only been the second day we've been talking.
Yeah, it's a good leap from small talk.
Yeah, I prefer that because I don't waste time, ladies. I don't waste time.
If I had a little bell, I would dig it. Bing. That's correct.
Oh, we should. Yeah. Well, before we get to those podcasts, which I love dearly, I guess we love dearly. Then we'll get that all set up. All right, and then I'll just tell her. I'll give her a rain check. I gotta think about that one. My defining moment. And I'll just tell her I have to get back to work with just this podcast.
I don't know. I've done a lot of shit. Yeah, there you go. Back to work.
Yep.
Because this is a job.
It could potentially be. Yeah, dude, it could potentially be one. I mean,
that's fair. If we ever get sponsors, we're looking for sponsors. If you're listening, sponsors.
Yeah,
sponsors.
Yeah, like vitamin water. I love vitamin water.
Vitamin water? That's your first go-to for sponsors?
Dude, you know what? If there's anything I know about the internet, it's two things in life. Number one, vitamin water is delicious. Number two, people are always thirsty. Thirsty in many ways, but thirsty nonetheless for the sweet, delicate taste that is vitamin water. Non-sponsored.
# not sponsored. Yeah. It tells us on the cue card we're not sponsored by vitamin water, and this is a cue card that is nothing in my open hand because we're not sponsored. Did she not accept the fact that you had to go back to work? What's happening?
No, she does. I'm just selling it right, because you got to do it the right way.
I see.
Got to treat a lady correctly.
Yeah. In the meantime.
All right, I'm good now.
Okay.
Hey guys, welcome to the Beta Bros podcast. My name is D, otherwise known as Dan or Danilo, depending on how exotic you want to make it.
How exotic is the name Danilo?
It's Filipino. So depending on if people have been there or not. But I have not met a lot of Danilos out there. Granted, I've met
exactly 2.
Yeah? My dad and me?
Yeah.
My dad and I. Oh, I guess my dad and me in this situation?
It would be my dad and
objects?
me, yeah.
Yeah, direct objects. I remember English.
Yeah. We speak it every damn day. But you'd be surprised.
People speak it, but I'm not sure if they if they do it correctly. Yeah. I heard
it's like when people sang the songs to Who Let the Dogs Out, and then they realized what that song was about. It's like, oh, wait.
Oh, dude, this reminds me of a bit, or not even a bit. This is like a story. I'll tell you guys later, because I don't want to be talking about other people's podcasts.
But finish your intro.
We'll come back to it. So, so I'm also on the YouTubes and Steam. If you guys want to hang out and play. My username is Tito7177. That is TEDO7177. I've been on the the Twitch circuit in the YouTubes for a while now. I've taken a long ass hiatus. I think the last video I recorded was like 3 years ago. That's been a while, man. But
yeah, that is a while.
Yeah. You've been doing a lot more work than I have, so that's kudos to you for going back into it.
Yeah, I've been vlogging every day. Vlogging is kind of a loose term. It's more just like talking to the camera at the end of the day. But I've been doing that for the quarantine just cause.
Yeah,
And
dude.
I
Mm-hmm.
upload usually Tuesdays and Saturdays. I have usually have 2 games going, just Let's Plays.
Yeah, I watch your content and especially your vlogs, and I'm like, yeah, man, this is the old school shit I remember. This is like
Yeah,
this is
it
this
was
is like
back
the
before they had
2012.
all the Adobe Premiere Pro shit. It's
Yeah,
just
man,
oh, okay,
dude.
talk to the camera.
Yeah, there's. I mean, as much as I love like the highly produced, videos, there's something to be said about something that's like done, you know, before all the, you know, post production editing and trying
Yeah,
to clean up stuff. I mean, I guess jump cuts are a thing, but
yeah, just jump cut really. It's
but
usually because I flub up a sentence and I have to re-say the sentence.
and that's fine.
But
And that to me is like you're just getting nailed, pelted with information all the time, and
yeah,
there's like a lack of a lull, unlike the beginning of this podcast.
there was a lot of lull at the beginning of this podcast.
people
There
people are
was
gonna be like people are gonna be like, what the fuck are we listening to now?
yeah, it was like are they still? What's happening?
Did they stop? I just want to.
That's the end of the episode. You hear 10 seconds of silence. Just it's the end of the episode. Stop listening.
But then we start again. People are like looking down. Like, did something freeze? Did it stop?
I always do that with another podcast I listen to, and they always talk about it. And I'm like, I do that. I always have to check. Just because my phone and my car don't always get along with the Bluetooth connection. So I'm like, what happened? And then you just hear loud noises, and it's back.
Yeah, for sure. And and really the reason why we're doing this podcast is because of those several shows and podcasts that we've
Yeah,
been
we should really
listening
just
to.
talk about what our inspiration is for this,
Yeah, exactly. And
because it's mainly one of them.
yeah, it's if you guys have ever seen YouTube back in like, oh man, I guess
The early tens.
early tens, yeah, I guess early tens, because I'm a huge fan of Philip DeFranco, and um, and there was a time when Google was like, oh, let's create all these random channels, and we'll give you a bunch of money, and so he did, and created SourceFed, and the original cast of SourceFed have always been like, holds a dear place in our hearts in terms of like the comedy
Yes.
that they do and the personalities that have come through there, and now we're seeing a lot of these guys going on to do awesome things. Of
Yes.
course, now with the Valley Folk and with Dynamic Banter, um, and those are the types of shows that we're like, oh, we hella resonate with this, and
Yeah.
and and one of the reasons why we made this show.
Whatever this show is.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, again, we're not really sure what we're gonna make of it. I'm assuming it's just gonna be like a banter podcast, similar to what Dynamic Banter is, and similar to what the Valley Cast is, just
Yeah.
because
I mean, that
we.
sounds like us.
Yeah. Um. Now we come from like we're not comedians.
Nope.
We'll make jokes, but in no shape or form will we be giving you like, top quality bits.
Oh yeah. No, this is not A-class material at all.
I guarantee you'll find something funny, hopefully in the first 10 to 15 minutes, and if not,
I don't
then you
know.
can
We're
just,
there right now. Have we said anything funny?
I don't know. We laughed a little bit, but that's to ourselves because we get the
Yeah.
jokes.
Yeah. The thing is with us is that we have this I feel like we have this very niche sense of humor where it can be like dark and people be like, oh shit, did they really just say that? But then
Yeah,
we can also pull out like really good one-liners every once in a while. I don't know.
yeah. I think we were able to pull crap out of our asses whenever
I
we
mean,
need
that's
to.
just a natural cycle of life.
You're not wrong.
I mean, I wouldn't say pulling is the correct terminology, but
Um, yeah, man, it's one of those things where we've been watching these guys for such a long time, and we're all like myself and Ryan, we've been buddies for a long time now. Shoot,
Oh my
man,
gosh.
it's been almost it's
When
been what
was that?
15 years,
When was eighth grade?
14 years, 14 15 years.
Oh,
We'd have been
04?
like
Yeah,
14.
15 years. It'd be 15 years.
Yeah. So
Oh,
we've known each other more than our lives.
we've known each other since
Half
known
our
each
lives.
other since eighth grade. We had the same geometry class in eighth grade.
I don't know if you would call it geometry. I
I
felt
mean,
like
it was.
we just hung out. That's all that was.
I mean, yeah, but it was geometry.
I thought for me, at least for me, it was like chess club light because I felt like I was playing chess more than I was learning geometry.
I mean, we did do mini golf. You remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember, oh yeah, that was great.
That was when we were talking about angles.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Oh man. Oh, I
To
totally
be fair,
forgot about the
mini
golf
golf
thing.
is super fun.
Yeah, dude, mini golf is fantastic. Dude, the last time we all went out to that family fun center in South Center, dude.
Tukwila. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, super nice.
Dude,
Um,
yeah. We should find some good mini golf places when you come back in town.
Yeah, I've been looking around, like around here. There's only like a few, and even the ones in like in downtown Philly are just okay. But there's one in Wilmington that's like super nice. It's like right next to the waterfront and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, I would
By the
highly
way, we
recommend
both
that.
grew up in the Seattle area.
Oh yeah,
But D is out in Philadelphia at the moment
yep.
doing doctory things.
I've been out here for almost 3 years now. 3 years as of June, or actually 3 years as of the end of this month. To be honest.
That's when you moved out. The end of May.
Yeah, I moved out. Yeah, I moved out the last week of May, and then I started orientation like that first week of June.
Jeez,
Yeah, I've been here
that's
since.
crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts. And I'll be here for another 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From a residency to an apprenticeship? Is that what that is?
It's like you can call it that. It's like you were a
Or is it a
Padawan.
fellowship?
Oh, sorry. It's like you're a youngling. Yeah, it's a fellowship, but then now you're a Padawan because now you become a master.
fellowship
at
and you're going with a Star Wars reference instead of a Lord of the Rings reference.
Well, I would like this. Well, the thing is, I'm always training with like several masters, so
I see.
it fit more of the Star Wars reference.
I mean, you're really just one of the hobbits, and you're learning everything alongside Gimli, Legolas, and Aragorn. That's really what it is.
Oh man,
And Gandalf. Can't forget Gandalf.
can't forget Gandalf. Gandalf the Grey or Gandalf the White? Now, which one's better?
I mean, it depends. In Fellowship, he's great.
That's true.
So, yeah. We're
You're
nerds,
correct.
by the way.
If you haven't noticed,
I mean, we just... that was the first, hint of it, I think.
no, I don't know, man. The stuff I've been saying has been kind of nerdy. Already.
I guess. And I said I'm an engineer and you're a doctor, so that kind of... we talked about geometry. Yeah, okay, I got you. We're nerds. Also wearing my glasses.
Also, my viewpoints do not represent that of my residency program, my future fellowship program, or my future practice. I guess you always
Wow,
gotta.
how do you know all those things? No.
I've listened to many a doctor's podcast to have to realize, oh, you can't say certain things on the internet without having this this component. Yeah, this disclaimer. It's like, yeah, that's not us.
Yeah. My opinions also don't reflect those of the company I work for.
Oh man. So yeah, I mean, so where we're at, we were talking about podcasts in general. Then we kind of went off to mini golf.
Yeah, it's really we're gonna have a lot of tangents on this.
Yeah, buckle your seatbelts, boys and girls, because that's what's gonna happen for the next, I don't know, however long we do this podcast.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking,
unless, you're parking your car and getting out of your car, then I guess you can unbuckle. We're
yeah,
not
yeah.
gonna hold you hostage.
I mean, it's your decision, it's your life, and I'm just here to hopefully accentuate it in a way that. Wow, I just saw some dude try to drink soda out of a bottle by putting Mentos into it. What an idiot. Wow, he looks like he just had a revelation in his life.
I see.
It's
a revelation of I shouldn't have done that.
Dude, yeah, let me share this with you.
Why? What am I?
Just take a look at it. It's funny.
Oh my. Okay.
Because you're like, wow, what an idiot, but also like, that's funny. Because just look at his face.
See.
And if you could describe what you're seeing to the audience, that'd be great.
We back at it again with another challenge, right? All right, I've had several requests to do this one. And I'm gonna give it a shot today. I was bet $200 I couldn't drink it.
If I were to guess what this person would have sounded like, it definitely would have been what he sounds like.
I know.
I bet he's gonna put it in there. I don't know, so we gonna put 2 in there.
So
he doesn't even know how to open a pack of Mentos.
Oh, I'm kind of, yeah.
3?
Do you remember those? Yeah, dude, that's bad. God damn. I'm watching it again and I'm like, oh my god.
That's some serious shit.
So basically what Ryan just saw.
Yeah. It's, are we doing video versions of this where we could just slap that on there?
I mean, we could. We could always just post it on YouTube, and then we could always like.
I guess it's gonna be like blank, except for unless we're showing a video.
That's fine. I mean, I'll fit in at the timeline or whatever it does.
I guess we could just have like some random visualizer up there.
Yeah, that's our thumbnail.
The visualizer, or the guy with the Mentos and Diet Coke?
The Mentos guy. with the visualizer overlaying it.
All right, picture a white male, with a tucked-in shirt over his beer belly and a trucker hat. What does this man sound like to you?
Because I want to say like southern, probably Louisiana.
As stereotypical as this is, you're probably right. Yeah, anyway. Most of you probably know the whole Mentos and Diet Coke thing and what that does. Yeah, this guy just stuck his face over that and tried to drink out of it.
It was glorious.
I don't know what he expected, but clearly it wasn't that.
Because, yeah, he sits back almost like astonished with himself.
Yeah. I think he put his face over that like it was one of those crappy water fountains where the water barely comes out over the metal.
Yeah.
And you have to like stick your whole face in there.
Yeah, yep.
That's how he acted like that was going to happen.
Oh.
But it didn't.
Oh man. Yeah, that's a. Yeah, the moral of today is don't put Mentos in soda and then attempt to drink it.
Don't. That's the moral today. Don't.
Just don't. Whatever you're thinking, no.
The crazy thing you want to do, don't.
This is the episode of No. Sponsored by No.
Yeah. Sponsored by No. What does No stand for?
Nuh-uh.
Wouldn't that be No?
No. I guess.
Today's brought to you by No. No.
No.
That's pretty dumb.
I know, right?
Tomorrow is sponsored by Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is Yeah.
Yeah, right?
God.
Alright, so back to the podcasting.
Oh,
so,
the inspirations. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. What have you been listening to aside from those guys? If any.
As far as podcasts, nothing really.
Okay, fair enough.
I've been trying to catch up on Dynamic Banter stuff. I've been late to the party on Dynamic Banter, but I feel like that's our biggest inspiration for this.
Yeah, it was interesting because I remember listening to it and I was like, oh man, I just don't like this one bit. and then it's like an acquired taste. Like you listen to it and you're like, what the hell am I listening to? And then by the time you get to like 4 episodes in, you're just laughing to like the smallest things.
Yeah, yeah.
Like because it's
I
all
think it's like
yeah.
knowing Mike and Steve.
Yeah,
I think really helped.
yeah, because exactly because they're nuts. They're using like musical instruments, noisemakers.
No, we're definitely not going to do all that.
Yeah,
That's
we're not at that level. We don't have that sort of talent.
Yeah, one of the people on that podcast is constantly honking horns, and he's constantly like throwing up the audio of random clips, and it's crazy. But yeah, it's just gonna be us, I think, unless we figure something else out. But we're doing this from afar, so it'll be different.
Oh, yep, definitely.
Because whatever we're both listening to on our respective computers isn't coming through to the other person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, until we finally get together and kind of do it.
Yeah.
In this,
Who
in a
knows when that'll
seated
be.
format. Yeah. Hopefully, in the next, year or so, we'll be able to kind of generate all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
man.
That's really our big inspirations, I guess, is the podcasts and YouTubers that we watch and listen to.
Yeah. So what YouTubers have you been watching lately?
So I've actually been watching this SB Nation series on the Seattle Mariners.
Cool.
Dude, it's so good. As a Mariners fan, like I love it and I know most of the stories, but as I go through comments, people are talking like, "Oh man, I don't know anything about the Mariners, but this has me on the edge of my seat," kind of a thing. That's super cool.
That's pretty solid. Yeah, it's do you feel like with the lack of sports out there that like even YouTube has been getting more and more attention? Like I guess Twitch has been getting more attention lately because I've seen numbers like skyrocket.
Yeah, I think like esports in general have gone up because they had Rocket League on ESPN2 last week.
Oh, that's right.
And,
You're
like,
right.
I don't think that ever would have happened if sports, like normal sports, was happening.
Yeah, we're in about a month into baseball now.
Yeah, little over a month. I think they start like the last week of March.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, I miss it.
Yeah,
baseball is my favorite sport. For those of you who don't know me, baseball's like life for me.
If you could pick a position,
which is why the second half of my name is Mariners. So, yeah.
Well, can you guys guess why the first part of his name is Zelda?
I was a big Robin Williams fan, and he named his daughter Zelda.
That's correct. Well done.
No. No. My first Zelda part of Zelda Mariners is the same reason Robin Williams named his daughter Zelda, is because he loved the series The Legend of Zelda. I grew up a Nintendo fanboy like my whole life, so I just kind of combined those two things, and voila, Zelda Mariners.
Granted, I don't know if anybody...
Is it creative? Nah, but whatever.
Granted, I don't know if there's any person like who loves video games who at one point was not a Nintendo fanboy. I've not met a person who said, "Oh yeah, I started off with like PlayStation." Like everybody I've talked to has like been all Nintendo, at least in our age bracket.
I think that's, I think it's just, I don't know if it is just because of our age bracket, but they just have the iconic series of childhood, right? Like everyone growing up, like everyone played a Mario game, whether it was like Super Mario or Mario 64. Or even just like Mario Kart, like everyone grew up on some kind of Mario game. I feel like.
So which Mario iteration were you a fan of the most? So it's like Mario Party, Mario Sunshine, Mario 64, Super Mario Bros.
Man, that's tough.
I know.
I grew up on Super Mario 64.
Okay.
But Super Mario Sunshine was freaking great too.
Oh, on the Cube, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that system.
And dude, the GameCube is so good. It's so underrated.
Oh, for sure. That's why, dude. I want to bring it here. I want to bring the one that I have at home here, so I can play it.
Just steal it next time you go home.
Yeah, put it in my bag.
What sucks is I have mine in storage.
Oh.
I know I should pop it up and play. Because, oh man, those are good games. I feel like the GameCube had like my favorite iteration of like all the Mario series games.
Yeah, like what?
Because we grew up on like Mario Party. We had Mario Party 4 for the GameCube, and
nice.
so my brother and I played the crap out of that one. So that's probably my favorite Mario Party, just because I played it the most.
Solid.
And then we had Super Mario Sunshine, so I loved that game. Super Smash Bros. Melee, I feel like, is the best Super Smash Bros. Paper Mario Thousand Year Door was on the GameCube. That's probably my favorite Paper Mario game. I don't know. My favorite Zelda game is Ocarina of Time. And that was on the N64.
Dude.
But they did remaster it for the GameCube.
Funny story.
So, kinda?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, when I got my GameCube, I got it with that game attached to it. Because remember, they gave it the limited edition, like, special edition with the... with Ocarina, Zelda. No, it had like 4 games on it. Because it had like had Zelda, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. They were both on the system, and then there was, I think, the Super Nintendo, A Link to the Past was on there.
Oh.
And then they had the OG Zelda game.
Oh.
And then they had the Master Quest.
Damn.
It was like, it was such a sweet disc. Like, it had all the Zelda games like you wanted to play. Yeah. So for me, I started off playing Ocarina because that was the one I had. The thing is, before that on the N64, I only played bits of it. I never completed the entire game. So I was so late to the party.
That's how I was with Majora's.
To play it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
because I had started Majora's Mask and I never beat it, and I remember watching my mom beat it. My mom's actually the one that got me into Zelda games.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah. Like, we had the original NES, and I was like way too young to ever play that. Yeah. But I did as I got older, and I played like the original Super Mario Bros. But she was the one that got me into like Zelda games, was because she liked them.
That's cool. Yeah, my mom played like Duck Hunt with me, and
Nice.
Super Mario Bros. Like 3, I guess. I guess 1 and 3. She didn't like 2, and I don't blame her. I don't like 2 either. It was super weird because it was a rip. But Super Mario 1 and 3, like, yeah, we played that. We played that all the time. 3 was my favorite.
Nice.
I think of all the Mario games, Super Mario Bros. 3 will always be like my number 1 game. Like above Party, above Mario Kart, like all those things, like that will always be there. Just because
Really?
dude, if you play Mario SMB like 3 again, it's like the graphics were like so good for the system it was on. It's a game you can play on the go, like, and not get bored with it. And it's not like the same mechanism, you know what I mean? Like, you know, Mario Kart, you kind of, it's all races, which is nice. Mario Party, I guess you kind of have all the mini games, but man, Super Mario Bros. 3, I felt like, you know, even though it was like your straight up platformer, it was like different levels, different looks, and and it was like simple enough where I didn't have to like, oh, I gotta look through all these nooks and crannies. And more like, you jump, you move, and that was the beautiful thing about these like side scrolling Mario games. So
yeah, I think the Mario games just in general do a really good job of, like, even though they're just platformers, and like even like the old school, they were just 2D platformers. But I think they do a really good job of like mixing up the worlds, because you'll have like a regular world, you'll have a desert, you'll have underwater, you'll have ice. You know, they'll mix all these different things together in this world as you go through it, and it's not just like the same backdrop over and over again.
Oh yeah, you're right. And yeah, because I had the NES growing up, so it was always it was that. I think that's also the reason why it holds near and dear. Because I remember going to the store as a 3-year-old at the like I think it was in Bremerton, because we went to see one of my uncles who was at the naval base at the time. And he brought us to the naval store where they actually had like the NES, and we bought it there. And so
They still had that in like '94.
Yeah. They still had it. Yeah.
Whoa.
So they were. It was because like the N64. What year did the N64 come? Or I guess Super Nintendo came out like in what,
I
90?
think Super Nintendo came out in like '92.
Yeah, so yeah, they saw NESs. So it was like brand new. It came with Duck Hunt and Super Mario Bros. 1 in the it was like a combination cartridge.
Okay,
So yeah,
the Super Nintendo came out in August of '91, actually.
August
in North
91.
America.
Yeah, so
Yeah, so not '92. It was
gotcha.
91.
Yeah, so yeah, it was still there. So it was crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because I think the N64 was like '96.
Yeah.
Yeah, '96.
Yeah, because I played N64 at my cousin's, and I didn't get the N64 until late. So the GameCube actually came out probably a year, maybe a year or two. Yeah, maybe a year or two after I got my first N64. Because that was the time when they were selling.
We got our N64 bundled with Episode 1 Pod Racing.
Oh, that's cool.
If you remember that game?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I remember that. That thing was sick.
Yeah. They're remaking that for the Switch.
Oh, dang. Yeah, I got mine with Pokemon Snap.
Oh man, Pokemon Snap.
Because it was a default console, and then I got the purple controller that was like see-through.
Oh, dude, the purple see-through was like Nintendo's coolest thing back in the day.
Oh yeah,
because they did that with the Game Boy Color too.
Yeah, dude. It was like what Apple was doing with their MacBooks before Apple ever did.
Oh yeah, with the see-through color. Yeah. Yeah, that's what our computer lab at school.
Those freaking iMacs, those like orange, green, blue. You pick your color every time you go in.
Yeah. We had like blue and green.
Oh,
I think.
Yep, blue, green, pink.
Yeah.
Red. I think it was a red. I didn't like the red one. The red one was like too much contrast. But the blue and white one, slick.
But yeah, that was my brother had that Game Boy Color, the purple see-through one.
Oh yeah, nice.
I just had the regular yellow one, and it wasn't even like the special Pikachu one. It was just the regular
yellow. Yeah, I had a I had the OG Game Boy, and then I gave that to my cousin in the Philippines, and then
we had the OG Game Boy, but it was my mom's. Like my dad got it for her for a honeymoon present.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
She could play it like on the flight. Yeah, so they had like Tetris and what else? I don't remember. I remember Tetris. But yeah. Because
I had that, and then I had and when we gave that away, then we got a Game Boy Color.
Yes.
And it was I can't remember which one it was. I think it was like a red one. And then we ended up getting the Game Boy Advance after that. And then things sort of like kind of went wayside in terms of like handheld gaming.
Yeah, I think we never had an Advance, but we got the Advance SP, which was like the flip up one.
Oh, that's good. That's a cool one.
Yeah.
It's unique.
Yeah. So we had that one. And then it was like the predecessor to the DS with the flip screen thing.
Oh, we
got the DS.
Yeah, I love the DS.
I still have a couple of my DSs because they were like the special Zelda edition ones.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Like it's like the gold one with the Triforce.
Oh, that's right. I've seen that one. Yeah, that one's pretty nice.
Yeah. I have that one. I think that was it's like I think it was a DS Lite. That was that, and then I have like the 3DS, like A Link Between Worlds special edition one where it's half gold, half black.
Ooh.
Yeah, super fancy.
Yeah, dude, that's sick.
And then they came out with the Switch, and they're just like, "What's the DS?"
Oh man. And how do you feel about the Switch?
Dude, I love the Switch.
Yeah, I found it to be a very interesting console because it's like what I thought they were gonna do with the Wii U. Remember that big black like screen?
Yeah, the tablet controller.
Yeah. I thought that was gonna be like the Switch now. I thought before that's what it was gonna be. But I was like, I
think a lot of people thought it was gonna be like that.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, I guess that's different. I guess I still have to wait another few years, but they did it,
Yeah.
and it's
Yep.
successful.
Oh yeah. And I like almost exclusively play it in handheld mode.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, because I don't want to take it all the way to like the living room to plug it into the TV kind of a thing.
Oh
So I can just
yeah,
like play it on my bed.
that's
It's like a console.
that's way better. That's way better.
Yeah.
I saw is it Nvidia came out with their own version of that. It's like where they can do like PC
Oh
games.
really?
Yeah. Trisha Hirschberger for all you guys. Just go follow her on Instagram and Twitter. She did a video on it not too long ago. I can't remember if it was like a CES or was it like or some other event. But yeah, it looked pretty slick. I'll show you. I'll show you sometime. Um, but it basically had like
Yeah,
I think
can
like
pull it up, I guess.
yeah, I think it had like two Joy Cons or not Joy Cons, but like joysticks, and then they had the D pad, but I think they're like individual instead of like the regular like cross. So I gotta let me see if I can find that.
Is it the Nvidia Shield? That looks older. I don't know.
Is it? Let's see here.
There's an Nvidia Shield and an Nvidia Shield Portable, but that's old. It's like 2013.
Dang, I can't find it. Oh, maybe it might have been Razer.
Oh, Razer.
Either way, it looked pretty legit. Something that I would definitely use.
But it's for
Um,
like PC gaming.
Yeah, so it'd be like easy like it's almost like the Switch where you can do like Rocket League, but at least I'll be able to preserve my user and stuff. Because then I can just play it on that rather than like on my laptop
Right.
if I need to play it on the go.
Oh, that thing. Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, right. It looks pretty.
Yeah.
It looks pretty
Yeah.
legit.
It looks like a Switch knockoff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like they took an Xbox and they're like, oh, how can we shrink this into something that we can use like a Switch?
How can we make this look like a Switch?
Yes.
That's what they did.
And then, because you can take those controllers and then put them together on like almost something how to use the Switch Pro, and then just connect them, and then all of a sudden it's like a D-pad or like a D-pad, like a regular controller, and you can use.
Yeah, you can use that. You can do that with the Switch Joy-Con too.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could also buy like a Pro controller if you want like a normal controller layout.
Yeah, how do you feel when you play it on those smaller controllers, like when you're playing different games?
For the games that I play, I mostly play first-party games. Because
Okay.
if it's third-party, I'll just like get it on Steam.
Makes
But,
sense.
For the first-party games, it's pretty fine. The controllers themselves are a little cramped,
Yeah.
but again, if you can get a Pro controller, and that's comfortable.
Yeah, I feel like that's the thing that's kind of holding me back from playing a Switch or investing in one is that I don't think I just
Yeah.
like the controller the way it is, especially if I have to use it
Yeah.
like handheld. If it was a little bit
I
bigger,
mean, next time you come home, I can have you try mine out and see what you think about it.
oh, cool. Yeah, because I like it, but my problem is I wish there was like different options to sort of expand the size of your controllers on the side. Because I don't mind. I mean, I like the fact that it's like a slim feature. But even if something like third party came along, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, and I mean the thing is like you can use the controllers. So like you were saying, like being able to play like handheld, but with the controllers further apart. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, or like the controllers are a little bit bigger, like button wise,
Oh, yeah.
layout wise, like
Yeah,
Even
I think you can just. For you, I think the Pro controller would probably be the best option because it'll feel like an Xbox controller.
yeah, and that to me is like it would be an okay option. It just sucks that you would have to use it when you're trying to use it handheld, and that's another
Yeah.
thing you have to carry around, etc.
Yeah, that's why like, yeah, it's hard because I mean this does have like a little kickstand.
Yeah.
So you can like sit on a table and you can play with your controller separately. But like you said, it's an extra thing to carry around. But they have cases that hold another controller and stuff. They're not like super bulky. You wouldn't be able to fit it in your pocket, but
That's true.
not too bad.
I mean, granted, how often do I use it? That's like a regular portable handheld. I think just
That's the thing too. Is like I don't like walk around the mall playing this thing. Right.
Yeah, it's like you're at the mall to be at the mall. I mean, you'll play it when you're like.
Yeah.
Not
Like it's
somewhere
just
else.
easy to bring to a friend's house because it like fits in this smaller case.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm going to like Thomas and Kim's for the weekend, that I can easily pack this in my backpack and play it like late at night when everyone else goes to bed.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because it's like it's a good system to have because you get the quality of games without sacrificing, a host of problems like you would have with like a Game Boy or like
Right.
or even your
Yeah,
phone.
it definitely has like the power of a console, and like it's obviously like Nintendo's like graphics and stuff hasn't been on par with Xbox or PlayStation for a while, but it's still like 1080p feels like a console versus a handheld.
Yeah,
but it's like compact like a handheld.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, cause I feel like whenever you play it, it's always a pleasant experience because you're holding it. The screen's not small. I haven't played the Switch Lite yet, but I figure that's gonna be a
The
little
Switch
too
Lite's
small.
pretty cramped.
Yeah, I figure that's gonna be a little too small for me. How's the weight on it? How do you feel like the weight is on the Switch when you're holding it for like a few hours?
It doesn't feel like it's heavy or anything. It's a good weight. Like I
Okay.
can play it for a while.
Okay.
The biggest thing is you have to find like a comfortable position for your hands, or else you do kind of get that like, oh, I'm like cramping, or like getting that carpal tunnel thing where your hand is like when you're holding a controller for too long and your hand cramps and stays in that position for a while, and you get the claw thing.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that can happen a little too quickly.
I see.
Like keyboard and mouse, it takes me a long time to get there. But I feel like with this, it'll happen after a couple hours. But it's not bad. I'd still recommend it. Plus, like, the first-party titles for the Switch have been really good. So,
Oh, nice. Yeah,
that's my 2 cents.
yeah. And that's the thing too. It's like super nice. It's something that I could use on a daily basis. That's why I'm really looking into it right now because before I would have been like maybe, but after seeing all the positive reviews, seeing the updates they've been able to do for it, seeing all the games that are out there, and then the fact that everybody's playing Animal Crossing right now and turnips are over 100 right now. I feel like I'm kind of a little bit of FOMOing on a lot of things when it comes to Nintendo products, and
Yeah.
it's been
I mean,
2 gens since I played.
I would recommend it
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. And it's 300. But I guess they've been, like, selling out places.
Yeah, they're in like third-party
So they're,
sellers.
like, hard
are,
to
like-
find right now.
Yeah, because everybody's staying home right now. Which, to be honest, I mean
Yeah.
that's great for Nintendo. This is the boost that they needed for the last like
Oh
15
yeah,
years.
they've I guess this like the past month
Yeah.
they like broke the record in digital sales for a title in 1 month with Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I've never played Animal Crossing in my life, so
Oh yeah.
I mean I played
We
like
had the first one for the GameCube.
oh nice yeah because I played is it similar to Harvest Moon, except with like animals?
So I've never played Harvest Moon, so I don't know.
Oh,
But you get like a village, like you're moving into this village, and there's other animals there that live in the village.
Okay.
And so like everything happens in real time.
okay.
So if you don't play the game for 2 weeks and you come back, then your like village people will be like, "Where have you been the last 2 weeks?"
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So like I guess every day things refresh. So like you'll get like weeds in your village that you have to pull if you want to keep it clean, and then there's like always like fish you can catch. There's things that grow on trees every couple days that you can harvest and plant. And I don't know, it's really just like improving the village. And in this one, it's an island, so you're on an island.
So it's like Island Simulator 2000.
Yeah, it's like
Mixed-
Nintendo Island Simulator.
Okay, it's basically Harvest Moon, but like on an island then. because you're
Sure.
because
I haven't played Harvest Moon.
Because Harvest Moon was basically like you're a dude. At least the one that I played, you're a dude where you're like new to a like a farming community. You live by a creek, and you're basically just living your life. You know, fishing. You know, doing it's basically Minecraft. You're just planting crops, selling it, finding love, finding amore.
I don't know if like finding love is a thing in Animal Crossing, but you can have relationship, not like romantic relationships, but like friendship relationships with the other like residents in your village.
Do you get to play with other people? Like, do other people get to see your stuff?
Yes. So with this one, you can do that. You need
cool.
a Nintendo Switch, like an
account?
online subscription or whatever. But it's not that expensive. It's like way cheaper than Xbox Live and stuff.
Oh,
so
sweet. That's cool.
It's not too bad. I think it's like $20 a year or something.
Oh, okay. That's not bad. Yeah, I would. I mean,
yeah, it's like. But you need one of those to like play with your friends for Animal Crossing. I guess any time you want to play online.
Yeah, and I feel like that's been the one thing that's kind of driven me away from consoles for the longest time was the fact that
because it's free on Steam.
Yeah, because I don't have to pay anything when I play PC except my ego.
Yeah,
everybody's better than me.
Well, and like your electric bill that you would have paid anyway if you were playing a console.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's one of those things where like, I'll play like hours upon hours. I'm like, okay, if I do this on a console, then it's well worth it.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're always online. Like we're always like hanging out on like Steam. I'm always on my computer, regardless of whatever work I'm doing. So it's always easy to just pop in a game and hop out.
Yeah. And it's so convenient with Steam because it's just like it shows your friends playing already, so you just like click on their name and join their game.
Yeah, exactly. And you're like, oh, let me talk to this guy. like you and I, we basically talk.
Yeah, you just hop into a voice channel. Boom.
Yeah. So this is like our normal conversation every day. This is like.
Yeah, like really, it is.
The only difference between this podcast and our normal convo is the fact that we're trying to at least make it somewhat coherent. But to be honest, guys, I think for the next year, it's gonna be like this, where we'll start a topic and it's not gonna end up back to square one unless we cognitively think to ourselves, oh, we should probably go back to that original topic.
Yeah. We have to actually take the time to backtrack what we were talking about.
I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And really, that's kind of what we want it to be anyway. And it'll have, like, less dead space, I think, than a normal conversation that we have. Because sometimes, we're multitasking, doing our own thing while we're in this voice channel.
Yeah, so, for us...
so, like, right now, like, this is all I'm doing is talking to you, so it's more of a, like, continuous conversation.
Yeah, and I think for us, it'd be... I guess for the first few episodes, it's going to be a little weird. Because, I mean, we talk, but it's like, it's always in the context of doing something else. So,
right.
I think for us to...
So, yeah, this is just us talking now, so it's a little bit different.
Because usually he and I are, like, yelling at the screen, trying to...
Yeah, we're usually playing games.
It's usually us yelling obscenities at the lag. Oh, see, yeah. I'm never mad. Yeah. I'm never mad. I just lagged. That's the... That's the thing that's always. But
mad at just lag.
Yep. I feel like we can, like, if we ever change the format, we can always do the thing where we're on Twitch. We could just live record it, and then we could be like, but we're like doing the podcast, and then we just save the recordings for like YouTube and just post them up.
Yeah, I like having the idea of doing a video version on YouTube, even if it's just like a split screen of us with our. Do you even have a webcam? You don't have a webcam.
I can get one.
Get you a webcam.
I can get one.
Yeah.
It won't be good, but I can get one. I
can link you to the one that I have. Oh, I guess you could just get cheap on it too.
Yeah, because
that'd be good. Because then the viewers can have like something to
a little context
while they listen. Yeah, so it's not just like a blank screen.
And I feel like I can use. I guess my mouse. My mouse space is okay. Like, this mic doesn't get too cumbersome when it comes to mobility.
I think the only thing with mine, like, you can easily hear my mouse when I click.
I mean, my keyboard's dumb. Like you can hear my keyboard like click.
I mean, you have a
clacking all day.
mechanical keyboard though.
I love this thing though. It's great.
Yeah, that's just what happens when you have a mechanical keyboard. It's loud.
No squishy buttons here. No squishy buttons. Did you hear those
what are we
sticky
gonna call
keys?
this podcast anyway?
I mean, we might.
We need to think of a name for this.
Because
okay, so what we said at the beginning was like the Beta Bros podcast. Beta Bros is this thing that we made like years ago, as like a, oh hey, if we ever do group stuff, we should just call it under a single name. So we named it Beta Bros. For no real reason, other than beta has to do with games. So we have a YouTube channel for Beta Bros, but we haven't I don't think we've posted since 2017 or something.
Oh man, ever since I left, I don't think we've ever posted much on there.
Yeah, it's been a while. So maybe we'll resurrect that channel to do content on that channel while we're doing this podcast.
That'd be cool. I'd like that. And I feel like we'll do more and more on our. Honestly, I don't think I'll do much on my individual channel. I think I'll do more. If I do, it's gonna be on Twitch.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that we can get to a point where we can put those games, especially if we're still in this COVID situation, through Twitch, like with all the peeps on, and then be able to stream it, and then have that recording as a VOD, and then we can just utilize that audio down the road, as like a hangout, like a podcast. Yeah, and just kind of share it on YouTube and stuff. So, yeah, a lot of ideas that were floating out there. It's not so much something that was set in stone. Like this whole format could change. Like us doing this just straight up audio cast might be something we do every once in a while, where we've really just focused on that. Or I think the majority of the times when you listen to us, it's gonna be us gaming while talking.
Yeah. I think the podcast can be something separate from that. Like this is just gonna be us talking. Like as a podcast, that can always be what it is. It's just us talking.
Yeah.
Whereas we can have a separate program, I guess, series where we're doing stuff with gaming or gaming related things. Yeah. Even if it's just tabletop.
Yeah, exactly. And I to be honest, I think a lot of these podcasts, where we're just sitting down and talking, might be a little bit longer than your typical podcast, just because I think of the infrequency in which we will probably do them.
I don't know how often we want to be.
I mean, I'd like to do one once every couple weeks or up to once a month, just because the other content's going to take the majority of our time to edit and post up. I mean, we don't have a dedicated editor because it's just going to be the two of us.
It's just going to be us.
Yeah, and when I say us, I mean a lot of Ryan.
Every 2 weeks, I think, is pretty good.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, it'll probably be mostly me. My schedule's not as crazy.
Yeah, and I think we'll be able to. At least the gaming content there'll be VODs up, and I think that's easy enough to transfer over to YouTube if we ever need the content.
Yeah. Do we want to do YouTube VODs every other week too? So every week we have content, and it's kind of just back and forth between gaming videos versus podcast.
I think that'd be fine, because the amount of content that we'll be able to do is going to far surpass the 10 to 15 minutes of content we'll put up. So different each. But
at the same time, let's say we're doing Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do an entire level as one episode, or are we gonna split it up by chapter? Or
I could say we could do it by every level, because we play on freaking expert, man. It's not like we play on easy anymore.
Right. Well, and if we're doing expert, it's not like it takes 20 minutes, right?
It's like an hour. We didn't even finish yesterday because I walked away to get some bread, because I was like, I need to eat something, because there's no way I'm gonna last.
And then we all left.
I came back. What happened?
Yeah.
We were pretty much done, man, and that was tough because we were so close.
Yeah,
Walter was so close.
I think oh my gosh, he was right at the door.
And the charger was right sitting in the entrance, into the entrance.
It sucks because I had my floating view in the safe room looking out the door, and I saw him back up, and it was just barely misaligned where he ran into the door instead of going through the doorway.
Yeah.
If he was just like a little bit to the left,
Yep.
he would have made it into the safe room and closed the door.
Agreed. So you'll see us, every so often online, and most of the times I think if we're playing, it'd probably be on my Twitch stream, and then Ryan's Twitch stream if he goes on.
I gotta set up a Twitch. I gotta set that up if I want to do that.
Well, it's not too bad, man. I gotta reset mine because everything's updated. I haven't used OBS in forever, and I feel like that's probably the easiest thing if you want to do scenes and stuff. I know you have action, which has been good.
Yeah, action. I feel like that's better for just like me screen capping for my games.
Yeah.
But as far as like streaming, I think OBS is a little more intuitive.
Yeah, because I feel like
a lot of people use that.
Yeah, because I need to get backgrounds again. I need to get the format down. The site that I used to use for that is now down, so I have to remake everything. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, and then you have to set everything up like alerts and like Nightbot and all that.
Yeah, exactly. And so a lot of things will go into it, but at the bottom line is like you'll get content. It'll be on the Beta Bros website, which, man, I haven't. What's our actual URL now?
For
the Beta Bros
YouTube channel?
Yeah, is it just Beta Bros?
I think it's
Beta Bros Studios. It's been a while since.
I gotta look.
Because I remember we had just switched it. Super Beta Bros.
So youtube.com/Super Beta Bros.
Yeah. And that should come up.
Super Beta Bros. Bop, bop, bop. Super Beta Bros. Bop, 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 bop. Yeah, that works. Yeah, 3 years ago was the last video we did.
That's
a Rocket League video.
Long time.
We should just do a Rocket League video after this.
I'm down. Yeah, we can do Rocket League. So we'll.
Heck yeah. Okay. So real quick, we gotta wrap this up because we're over the hour mark now.
Yeah.
What are we gonna name this thing?
Because
it's kind of a banter. It's kind of about gaming, but also like our lives.
We could call it the Beta Bros.
Or we could call it Beta. Something with Beta Bros. Something with banter. Beta
Bro.
Banter.
Beta Bro Talk. Beta Bro Banter.
I like the alliteration.
The BBB Boys.
Yeah, we could do Beta Bro Banter. Beta Bros Banter. That works.
Yeah.
Cool.
BBB.
BBB.
Yep, there you go. That's
Triple
easy.
B.
Triple B.
Better Business Bureau of Beta Bro Banter.
Oh, that's yeah. B cubed.
B cubed. There we go.
There you go. That's our
Suck it.
That's
Better Business Bureau.
that's gonna be our thumbnail. That's gonna
be the logo.
B to the B to the third.
Yeah, that I like it. Actually, I like it.
Sweet.
Beta Bros Banter, and then we got our logo with the B cubed. Perfect.
Yeah, guys. So again, I'm Tito7177. Again, you can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Twitch. You can find me on Twitter. I'm easy to access. Send a message, leave a tweet. I'll likely respond with something funny, hopefully. And our YouTube channel is going to be Super Beta Bros. If you try to type in that URL. Otherwise, just look up Beta Bros Studios and we'll come up.
Yep. And I'm ZeldaMariners. I'm ZeldaMariners on every social media platform. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So yeah. Hit me up as well. I'll respond as well. Probably not as hilariously as Tito.
Yeah. That'll be fine. And one other thing, like, we'll have like a bunch of our friends on. So you'll start to learn our inside jokes pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
have a lot of go-tos.
Yeah. One of our main bros that usually shows up is our friend Monday. He's not on the show today because he's working right now.
Because it's Friday.
Yeah. That too.
Yeah.
And so he's one of the OG Beta Bros. But we also have some of our several of our other friends will be joining us, so you'll see them or see and hear them hanging out with us. So yeah, stay tuned. Again, everything's all new. Things are gonna change. We're going like COVID. We're all going through some life stuff right now. So
Definitely.
my hope is that the content that we're doing is just enough to kind of fill your day up, so you guys don't get bored. And hopefully just join in on the conversations in the in the comments on Twitter, and we can always continue this conversation over on those platforms. But yeah,
and who knows, maybe we'll even build like this fun little community.
Yeah, and Twitch, man, I think Twitch for us is going to be our main hangout spot for a lot of our users if they want to hang out with us live.
Yeah, at least on a more regular basis.
Yeah,
too,
exactly.
We're only doing this every couple weeks.
Yeah, and I think we'll be able to. I think that's doable for a lot of us. So, so we're glad that you guys checked in and gave us a chance to, show who we are, and we're hoping that you continue to hang out with us for a while now. And yeah, shout out to the OG 705 viewers on our Beta Bro Studios page. And shout out to our OG 5 subscribers, including probably 3 of us.
Don't worry about it. I mean, when you don't post in 3 years, you're not going to have a subscriber base.
That's true. So, yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next time.
Yep. See you later, guys.
Peace!
Peace!